Oh, what was that?
I don't know.
That was. Oh, okay, okay. All right, here we go. All right, three, two, one. What's going on? This is your boy Vance B,
It's a mod.
and this is the Record Report podcast. We back in this thing. How y'all doing? You doing fine? You doing okay? You doing all right? I hope you are. How you feeling today?
Hey man, I'm blessed, man. It's another week. I'm so excited. You picked an amazing album.
Yes.
This
Thank
is
you.
one of the greatest hip hop soundtracks ever. Some classic hip
Yes.
hop songs on here. I even watched a
Yes.
movie to prepare with it. I'm gonna let you
Ooh.
tell people what it is because it's your pick.
Okay, okay. Well, we might as well spoil. We'll let them know. So this week we are doing the Above the Rim official soundtrack. Um, yeah, yeah, a
Wow.
legendary album that is very surprising, but yet still with a lot of soul, with a lot of grit, with
Yeah.
a lot of pain, and a lot of love that was put into it. So
And
yeah,
I wanna say one thing. Friend of the show, Mac, he was on an episode last season. Great friend. He been rocking
yep,
with us since Morgan days. I did not realize this literally when we were about to start recording this that he told us. I feel like on the episode, maybe it made the cut, maybe it didn't make the cut, but he said Above the Rim is one of his favorite. Well, did he say that? Did Dave say that? Either one. Dave
either
and Mac,
one.
two friends of the show, who we
Yes.
love dearly, said it's one of their favorite soundtracks. We did not think about it at the time when we first said it,
Yeah. Yep.
and
Yep.
it is please forgive us, our brothers. But we will have Mac on soon for a future episode. Talk about amazing albums. So I want to start. I want to make sure I put at the top of this show that
Right.
we gotta give a shout out to Craig and Dave, Mac
Yep.
for
Yep.
holding us down. And we know
Yep.
y'all love this album. I hope you like the episode because I
Yep.
felt bad
Yep. Don't
afterwards.
be mad at
We
us.
thought
Don't be
about it.
mad at
Yeah, it
us.
would have been.
We just needed to get it done. We just needed to get it done. And yeah. Also, this man, this shit was whoo, this shit was fire.
But
But yeah.
what made you pick this album? Like when you
Okay.
watching a movie, like what did it for you?
Yeah. Yeah. So I always this album is very important pivotal to my life because this was an album I listened to around the time of wait, what's that sound?
That's me on that.
Okay, wait, okay.
You
Okay.
hear it now?
Yeah, I hear it.
What's the sound? What it sound like
It it sounds like something is moving over there.
right now?
Yeah. It's like it what is
I
that?
don't know. I don't know, man. I don't know what to tell you. Me, it's my knee on the table. Maybe it's my knee on the
Oh
table.
god damn, you might picking up hella shit. Okay, all right. Here we go. Here we go. Three, two, one. All right, so
I hope you
I
edit
chose
all
this.
of these counts out. This is just keep
I
counting.
I said
I was
because
just
it
making it
actually
for us to keep going.
it actually kind of helps. Honestly,
Oh,
it
bet.
does help. Yeah,
I
because it
just be
picks up
uploading them
different
shit
things.
sometimes. I ain't gonna lie to you. Okay,
No,
I'm
don't
sorry.
do it. No. God damn. Do you even use the AI bots?
Man, I know they be like, man, what the fuck? They? Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead. Back
Yeah.
to this. Back to the
Wait,
episode.
okay, all right. So so all right, I chose this album because one, I definitely saw the movie. And then two, like this album was pivotal for me because it
Hmm.
allowed me to learn about um rap at the time that it came out.
Hmm.
What the fuck is that?
I'm a mute.
Okay. So I definitely chose this album one because it was a pivotal album for me. Um Two, I watched the movie recently and just really missed the concept of the album representing a movie. Um and three, this album was always interesting to me because despite the fact that the movie takes place in New York, it has a whole bunch of West Coast niggas on here. And that's one of the reasons why the album is so special because of the West Coast sound. There's so many different hits off of this project alone. And that's very that's very different for a straight to soundtrack or film soundtrack in some cases. Um and the fact that it had such a West Coast vibe to it, and to know that Death Row was a part of it, and to see different like legends on here in their own right, as well as like underground gems like definitely DJ Rogers. It it really caught me off guard at the time, and to this day it catches me off guard now because it was such a different, how should I say, it was such a different magnum opus regarding Death Row, and also this movie when it comes to the whole cultural zeitgeist regarding old school 90s hood movies, you know? So I for me, I like this album. I like the movie that it represents. It's weird that you got the West Coast and the East Coast kind of mashed together through both the movie and the album, yet it still matches the same grit, the same level of passion, the same level of love, the same level of discovery that the movie has. And I think that relationship has always been something that has made me quite intrigued about this album, and one that makes me go back aside of it just sounding like that shit dumps in the car. Um, I also think that it's a really good trip back in time when it comes to listening to not only 90s rap, specifically West Coast rap, but also R&B. I think that's what also caught me off guard. This album was definitely full of R&B classics. Um from anything to even regulate, cuz it might be a rap song, but it definitely has R&B and soul vibes that match with the rest of the songs off of the album. But then you also got like really hardcore songs like Afro punk. So like the fact that for such a gritty movie and such a gritty story, and the label that is putting this album out, with the record that they have, when when it comes to what has happened with Suge Knight, and the whole history of Death Row, the fact that they actually got R&B playing, it is insane to me.
And
And
SWV, weren't they on Puffy? Was this pre them on a Bad Boy? Were they on Bad Boy, or did he just do Bad Boy remixes for them? Am I tripping?
let's see, let's find out. So this came out in 94. Their first album came out in 92. At this time, they were signed to RCA. Yeah, they were signed to RCA. Their producer was Brian Morgan, but I don't. I think that's how they were able to get in. I don't think they were signed by Diddy at this time. Yeah, they were mainly signed by RCA Records. Oh my god. Oh, okay. You. Oh shit. Can you hear me?
What
You
the
okay over
fuck?
there? Yeah. What happened? Whoa.
Wow. I don't know
Okay.
what that was about.
Yeah, that was wild. Okay,
All right.
that was the
So
same.
yeah.
Yes.
So anyway, back. I'm still alive. People they did not take me
Yeah.
out.
Yes. Oh, yes. He's
What
not
was I about
dead.
to say? The interesting album, SWV thing is interesting. The R&B is interesting. Really would have loved to know what Suge Knight's role was in this. It was so many
Mm.
hands in the pot. I know Dr. Dre was also like executive producer, or like associate producer, or producer, some type of sort.
Yes.
So
It was a
same
part
with
of
Kenny
Interscope.
Cortez.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it was a part of that part, and I know that Suge at the time, similar to what he did with a Tupac album when Tupac first performed All Eyes on Me, where he
Hmm.
just took everybody records that was already done and kind of threw them all together and put them out. I thought that was cool. Also, I just think it's also this is the first movie, the first album we've done where it's connected to legendary black film. And I hope we
Mm.
can talk a little bit about the movie. Just like this is a classic black hip hop film. Um,
Yeah.
we don't get those anymore. Like
Yeah.
unfortunately, we don't get good hip hop films where you're telling the story of hip hop culture at the time or the live of like the youth and them hip hop. And I think the music encapsulated that. Um, the movie is a classic. It's a part of the New Jack City Blue Avenue. Is it Blue Hill Avenue? It's a three
Uh,
part. The director
Sugar
made
Hill.
three movies.
Sugar
Sugar
Hill.
Hill. Sugar Hill.
Yeah,
I was
yeah.
thinking
So
the other
New
one.
Jack City, Sugar Hill,
Sugar
and
Hill
Above the Rim.
and Above the Rim. I think it's amazing to tell three different stories based in New York. We're kind of running at the same time. It is amazing. It's creativity. Um, it is a beautiful film. It's Tupac is in the movie. A lot of black people that we've come to love today and known to be associated with so much black history and black culture is in the film. It's in a beautiful story of essentially two brothers, but it kind of derails because Tupac gets shot in real life. So yeah, they kind of turn the movie somewhere else in a different perspective towards the end. It couldn't really feature him as much. So they had to kind of change like how the movie ended. But
Mm.
it is a beautiful film because it tells a story of the lives of people in a real way and just that world at the time. I think it's a great way, man. It's and the music does a great job of making you feel like you're there. So
Yeah.
whether the sound is the R&B songs you mentioned, or whether it's regulate, or whether it's I will say I wish there was more New York songs on here, but I'm gonna leave that alone. But it
Yeah.
was a great album. That's one thing that I
Yeah.
will say. I wish there was more New York on here.
I think the only New York act that I know of, unfortunately for I guess for time's sake, is Aaron Hall. Because I know
Yeah,
Aaron Hall was in Guy.
yeah.
But other than that,
I mean,
everybody.
I think I'll be short from the East Coast too.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah,
But
yeah, yeah. Because wasn't he
yeah,
a part of Uptown Records?
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, he was.
yeah,
So I think
yeah,
if it was based in LA, I wouldn't have that same issue because
yeah,
the sound would have matched the whatever. Tupac is like grew up in New York, lived in New York, lived on the East Coast,
yeah,
so maybe that's why he does count because he does like at the time he wasn't really claiming the West Coast like that.
yeah,
Um, but I do wish there was more New York representation. But again, Tupac does check that box off as an East Coast artist. At the time, this is before he went to his West Coast. But this is before he was on Death Row.
yeah.
This is '94, so this is before Death Row stuff and before he goes to jail. So
Mm, yeah.
yeah,
Also,
Death Row was after this.
on the cassette release, they also had Tretch on "Loyal to the Game." So,
True, Trash is on here.
so
Good point. Good catch.
yeah.
Yeah.
So there was some East Coast vibes. And then
True.
Crack 'em
Good
Up
point.
also
Good
had
point.
that sound and aesthetic too, even though they're
Good
from
point.
Watts, California. Also deep,
Yeah. Good
man.
point.
Okay, all right, we'll get into some of the songs because I feel like it was really tough to choose three songs from this album because
Did we
every
say the
song,
album yet? Damn, it's above the rim.
yeah, we did. I did Above the Rim.
Oh,
Yeah,
bad.
yeah, we
I was
been
tripping.
said
I was
that.
tripping. I was
Yeah,
tripping.
yeah, 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 yeah,
Do
yeah.
you
I
do
was like,
you want to get it going? Do you want to pick? Do you want to start? Do you want me to start? How you want to do this? This is your album, man. So
uh,
you running the show today.
well, nah, let's go with you first, man. The guest always goes first. Oh,
Me
not the guest.
first.
Yeah,
Me
I mean,
first.
yeah,
Okay. Cool.
goddamn,
Cool. Cool. Cool.
the
Cool.
person who doesn't
So
who
does
doesn't
pick the
choose.
album.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
I'm gonna pick Afro Puffs, Lady of Rage.
Oh my
I rock
God, you're
stuffed
starting
roll
out.
puffs with my Afro Puffs. Woo! Go
Hey,
ahead
walk
with your
on
bad
with your
self.
bad
With your
self.
bad. I
Yeah.
love this song, yo. I absolutely
Yeah,
love
same
this
here.
song. I've always loved this song. I didn't even know this song was on this album when I first heard this song.
Oh man.
Um, it's just like she was just talking big shit the whole album.
Yeah.
And then when I realized, and then when I didn't really know about Lady of Rage that much as a youngin
Yeah.
because I just didn't really know about her. I kind of learned about this through features and stuff like that. But getting older and realizing who she was from the Friday movies and other shit,
Yeah.
other stuff, and then putting it all together, it's just a cocky, it's a braggadocious, shit talking. And I think that's fun, man. Like I think that's an element of hip hop that is so important, especially women rap, women hip hop, because a lot of times, um, especially today, I'm not trying to get on no pedestal. A lot of the braggadocio is rooted in like sex.
Yeah.
But if you listen to this album, listen to this particular song, Afro Plus with Lady of Rage, it's not her sexual prowess. And there's nothing wrong with that. But I think it's
Yeah.
balance is also healthy just in hip hop as a culture. She's
Yeah.
not doing it. She's talking about how good of a rapper I am.
Yeah.
She's saying like I'm a beat you. I'm a out rap you. I'm a
You're
out
right.
lyric you. I'm a out write you. I'm a out bar you. I think that's
In my
so
Afro
important.
puffs.
We have in my Afro puffs. You know what I'm saying? I think that's
Hey.
I think that's I think that is so fun. It's refreshing,
Yeah.
and I love it. So it's just you play this with the music down, and you just yell it loud as you hot because she just talking cash shit the whole
Yeah.
song.
Right.
I love it.
Right. Right. I like the fact that she plays the alpha woman in the video. The fact that
Hmm.
she like pulls up to like the all black ride, you know what I'm saying? Like she's the focus of the entire video. And then you just got Snoop Dogg in the back, just jamming, just co-signing. But it's just her
Yeah.
spitting, you know what I'm saying? She got the crew in the back, like she just had swagger throughout the entire song alone. And the way that she's just spitting, it's very different compared to how many other 90s rappers were back in the day. Something very different that I experienced, you know what I'm saying? The beat was already West Coast, but it still had kind of like that West Coast vibe from back in the day, but her voice and her flow over this song, bro, it was just fucking dope, bro. And I remember just watching the video back in the day, but just to have it bang the way that it does constantly, man, hey, that shit is fire. Yeah,
Yo,
yeah, that shit hard,
she
bro.
opened the verse of now I'm hitting MCs like Hadouken. And they ain't done about it. I'm
Hadouken!
undisputed. She was just talking trash, man. And there's actually I actually really do miss this. I think some rappers still do. I think J. Cole do it a lot too, is where rappers used to like rappers used to rap about how good they were at rapping.
Right,
And there's like a art to that, and I really miss it because it's like a I'm like I think we like for example, let me just explain it. A lot of times we personalize music to a point now where we want rappers to tell us about themselves. I think that's great and we love it. And you want to hear them rap about like drug stories, or you want to hear rap
right,
about like how my life is, and rap about like I'm pimping or like topics, right?
right.
There's also a section of hip hop. I think you get like Royce the 5'9" in there. You get like Slaughterhouse in there. You get like Eminem in there. You get a Lupe Fiasco in there. MF Doom, where they are rapping to tell you how good they are at rapping because rapping,
Yeah,
hip hop, rap in itself is an art. The
yep,
ability to take words and idioms and nouns and verbs and the ability to craft a language, if you will, is a skill, is an art form.
yeah,
So I really think that I miss that. There's like I think Earl Sweatshirt does it now a lot of times too. He puts like his life in it too, but also it's like a skill to. I think Tyler the Creator does it as well in his own
yeah,
ways. We rap about how good he is at
yeah,
rapping. I think that that is a skill into itself, and you want that because it's it's like the greatest competition type thing.
yeah,
It's like watching like a match or like a UFC fight because you're just
yeah,
wrestling with all of these things, man. This I love this. I love this song on like a deep level because I think it's just a
yeah.
fire song.
You know what this song reminds me of? I feel like it's like a West Coast version. It's like a West Coast version of whatchamacallit, Cha Cha by oh my god, what's that lady's name? Oh my god, this is gonna get on my nerves.
By
MC Light.
Cha Cha by MC
MC
Light.
Light.
I
Yes.
like that. I like that. I
This
like
gave
that.
me
Yeah,
that
because
same vibe because
she was doing the same thing. Yeah.
yeah, like you could tell that she's confident, but it's like a West Coast vibe. You know what I'm saying? You could tell that it's a little bit it's of
You
course
say that you love me, it don't matter. It goes in and out because it's just chit chatter. Yeah,
right,
yeah, yeah,
right, right. Like
yeah,
the way that the
yeah,
swagger is there, and even with the
yeah,
video, again, like when you look at the
yeah,
video, it's just her with her crew. She got a whole mob of people with her. You know what I'm saying? It's very aggressive. It's very hard. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, dog, like it just felt like a new version of that. Her providing that level of confidence and stuff. Oh my gosh. Hold on. Side note. I, I think the stream is picking that up.
The music,
Yeah.
I had it on mute. You can hear it.
Yeah, I could hear it. Yeah.
Wait, hold on. You can hear it now.
I can hear it.
What the hell?
Yeah.
Oh damn! Let me stop this.
I was like, all right. It's kind of hard for
I
me to
was
talk.
muting the
God.
mic. I was muting the mic. My bad, y'all. Hey, my bad, listeners. That's my
You
fault.
get,
That's on me.
you
That's on the
get,
mod.
you get, you
Take
get,
that
you
out
get,
of
you
me.
get,
Take that out of my cut.
you get. Take it out of my gut. It's crazy. Oh
That's
gosh.
funny.
But nah. I was saying, yeah, I love the confidence that she brings throughout this entire track. And I also love the fact that it does feel like a West Coast version of that MC Light song Cha Cha, but it's of course done in its own way. She got a whole different inflection, and it brings that raw West Coast vibe from a female perspective. That is very rare because I think the only, I'm not gonna say the only, but another female rapper uh from the West Coast that I know about is Yo Yo, and I think there's one more that did Romantic Call
Yeah,
with that reggae singer. I forgot her name.
I can't think of the name, but I know you're talking about
Yeah. But you don't really have a lot of like,
West Coast.
okay, so Patra, and yeah, Yo Yo did Romantic Call with Patra.
Hmm.
So that's it. That's those are the only two female rappers from this time that I know about. All everybody else that I know about from the West Coast, when it comes to female artists,
Damn,
have
that's a
been
good
like,
point. Let me think.
yeah, aside from Kalia, that's her name. I want to make sure I say her name right too, because Kalia from Oakland and she raps, but I
What
don't
year
think there are a
was
lot of
she out?
female. You said what?
What year was she out? Did Master P have any Bay women, Bay Area women rappers? No, I don't think so.
Yo Yo and Medusa. You do have
Mm.
modern stars such as Doja Cat, but isn't Doja Cat from South Africa?
No, she from LA.
Saweetie. All right, so you got Saweetie. Stunning
But
Girl.
that's but
I do
that's
know about
but
Stunning
that's
Girl.
but that's
Modern.
but that's but that's but we talking about the 90s. I'm talking about this. This is 94.
Right.
It's 94,
Also,
95, so it's different.
let's find out. Is whatchamacallit? Is damn. Is the Lady of Rage from the West Coast?
She's from Virginia, ain't she? She moved over there. I'm serious. She's from Virginia.
Yeah,
She
because I
say it
know
in
she
the
had
song. She say it in the song. Something, somewhere. VA.
Farmville. She from
Yeah, she say it in
Farmville.
the song. Yeah, she say it in the song.
Yeah. Okay, I'm not tripping.
Something from VA. She say
Prince
VA. I know she
Edward
said
County.
VA. I think she's from VA.
Yeah. Okay. So
Man, she
technically,
probably
she's not.
retired, got a nice little crib out there, chilling.
Yeah, no bullshit. Living her life.
Right,
You know what
chilling.
I'm saying?
What? Got
And can
a nice
still
little
rap. Like
Virginia
it's
crib. What? Yeah,
got
she's
one
dope.
track that she
What's
can
your
perform. You know what I'm saying?
what's your next one? What's your first one? What's your first one?
Oh man. Okay. All right. This is gonna be a tough one. Or my third choice. Let me see. So my third choice. Hmm. Let's go with something. Let's go with something easy. I'm gonna say pour out a little liquor.
Damn, I love that song.
Oh, that's your number one.
No, but I love that song.
Okay. Cool. I didn't want to step on any toes. Yeah, pour out a little liquor. I'm not gonna lie. When I heard this originally, I knew Tupac was gonna make a track for this movie, but I honestly thought we were gonna get the track that was off of the movie onto this one. And you kind of do in some case. Well, no, actually you don't. You don't get you don't get the actual song that was the intro for this movie, which is crazy. But I'll say pour out a little liquor because it was one of the first few songs that I liked from this project before actually indulging in the rest of it. Um, I like the fact that this felt like the Tupac between um the Tupacalypse Now, the Strictly for My Niggas Tupac, but then you could kind of see that this was transitioning into the Me Against the
Yeah,
World Tupac, and
yeah,
this was right,
absolutely.
yeah, like this was right there. And I don't know necessarily if this was during his first shooting, but you could definitely tell that he had a lot of that grit from the East Coast, and
This was
he was
recorded.
able to
This song
bring
was
that.
recorded. The song was recorded before the shooting, and the movie was being filmed during the shooting. So he got shot
Ah,
while they was filming the movie. That's why he did was. That's why they had to kind of change it towards the end because he wasn't able to be a part of filming.
really? Cause
Yeah,
like it seemed like he was in the entire movie, like even up to the point where he
yeah,
handed
yeah.
dude the gun and shit. So like how
Yeah.
they just made a tournament, like that was the part that will always confuse me, not necessarily the
Wood
story.
Harris was on he did an interview. So I was like doing shit before listening to stuff for this, and he said they had a body double for Tupac
Oh
for
shit.
some of the last scenes. If you look at he said some of the last, like the basketball scene, some of them last scenes, he had to get a body double for Tupac because he got shot while they were filming the movie.
Damn.
Crazy, I know.
Yeah. Which makes sense
Yo,
because that's why he was in New York at that time.
there you go.
Why
And
and
one
then
thing
why he
about
also went
Tupac
to
that
the
I gotta
Varsity
say though
Blues.
that I love about Tupac is Tupac makes you understand the power of a day. This nigga used
Yeah.
every minute of a day, yo. He didn't waste a minute.
Yeah.
He did not waste a minute, dog. That's why I love Pop. But yeah, keep talking. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, you're good. That's honestly a great point. Like, if he didn't take time, being creative as an actor, he took time being creative as a writer. He took time being creative as a a poet. He took time to be creative at when it comes to fashion and helping black owned fashion labels get put out there, like Carl Kanai. Like, yeah, yeah. I To carry on with that, like I like what he was talking about in this particular song. Of course, it's pouring out liquor is clearly a form of respect for those that pass, specifically your homie. But I think for him, he makes you realize how significant it is to do it, despite the fact that the idea of us drinking our problems away, the idea that we do have people that die every day. Um, Specifically in this case, it seemed like it's from crime and hustling, trying to make that profit for yourself. You know what I'm saying, for the homies. But in so many cases, for like you and me, it might be that friend that passed away through like illness, things like that, and you got to find a way to pay that respect, but you're still dealing with the issues at hand for your own self. You know what I'm saying? Whether it's it's somebody playing with them hoes for, you know what I'm saying, or as long as they got they Glock fuck the coppers, hanging on the block, slinging rocks and making profits. You know what I'm saying? As long as they're able to do that and make that profit, bro, like they good. But there's still that survivor's guilt that's there. There's still that pressure that is there. And I guess to bring this all in a nutshell, man, like I just like the fact that he made something so simple, something that was kind of a stereotype at one point, later on, heading to the 2000s, and kind of provide a deeper context to just something that so many people do in so many different ways, especially within the black community, because a lot of times if we don't pull out any liquor, we're lighting something up for somebody, you
Yeah.
know. Um, I think that song was special to me. And then also that fucking beat, bro. That shit was hard too. So I think for me, like this is my third because it showed you could see that the level of grit that Tupac had from this song alone kind of showed the grit that he had both as the actor and then also the
Hmm.
artist going through that moment of his life. I don't know necessarily if this was made before or after the shooting, but I think after the shooting, it provides a bit more context to what
It
was
was
happening in his life at the time.
so it was made. This is also one of my favorite Tupac songs. This is also one of my favorite songs on the album. And one of my first Tupac songs I actually remember is this is one of my first Tupac songs I remember. And 'cause my brother had the Thug Life album because he's a big Tupac fan, and he played this shit. And I remember hearing this shit. This
Mm.
was recorded in the Bay, and you know that because at the end of it, he shout out Richie Rich, he shout out Governor, and he actually say I'm in the mother effing Bay. So it was recorded in the
Mm.
Bay, and it was recorded before the shooting. So early 1994, maybe 1993, he was going back and forth in the Bay. And what I really love about this movie slash this song is that this helped propel Tupac to stardom.
Mm.
Juice did too, but if you know Tupac back in those days, Tupac was not like a big number one selling artist. He
Mm.
was not number one until Me Against the World came out. I believe I could be wrong about that. Please double check me if I'm wrong. But I
Got
think,
you.
yeah, I think Me Against the World when he first started like doing like big numbers.
Yeah.
He also was in jail at the time. He also had like, the movie that came out, the soundtrack that came out, like everything had built him up. But like Brenda's Got a Baby was not a big Billboard song at the time. And I don't think
Yeah.
it still has ever been. I think the second album, Strictly for My Niggas, was also not a big hit records. He did have I Get
Yeah.
Around on there, which is a big record. He did
Big
have
record. Yeah.
but it wasn't like a big like a was I think that was his biggest Billboard song at the time. I think he went like top 10.
I Get Around.
Yeah, I think that was his first
Yeah.
like fun record
So
hit record. That was his first. That was
strictly,
his first like hit record.
well, it was yeah, it was like it debuted at number 24 on the pop charts. According to the Billboard 200.
What's the highest that went? It had to go like top 10
I
on Billboard.
don't
What's
know.
the
It
highest?
doesn't say right here. Hold on. Let me see. Because I'm actually going to the album right now. All right.
Yeah. So this
So
was
his peak
I Get
position
Around
is
was
24. Oh, go ahead.
on Billboard.
Yeah, Billboard 200. Its peak position was 24, and it debuted on the top R&B and hip hop charts at number 4. That's the
It,
weekly charts.
it's
Year end charts 94.
it says Billboard Hot 100 11.
What for? I Get Around.
Wikipedia. Hmm.
Oh, okay. I think I'm looking at the album numbers.
Oh no, not the album. I'm not talking about the album. I'm talking about his first hit song.
Okay, I'm going to that
Because
now.
Brenda's Got a Baby did not go that high on Billboard.
Oh
And
yeah,
granted, back
no.
then we had black radio stations. And I think it did pretty well on black radio. But I Get Around was like a
Okay,
Billboard hit. So I
yeah,
just wanted to say that because that was his first hit, but he was not like a
yeah.
superstar. Like the movie helped, the song helped, everything was working out. Pre Death Row, Tupac already had a good career going. Above the Rim comes out, he puts it out, and then like he becomes a superstar because he gets arrested. The album comes out. Dear Mama's also on Me Against the World, so
Mm,
most superstar.
yeah,
So this is actually before Tupac becomes a super. I say this is before Tupac becomes a superstar, and
yeah.
this is also this is truly, and you said it. This is in between Me Against the World and Tupacalypse Now. Whereas still Tupacalypse Now, Tupac is very revolutionary, very much like shoot back Tupac. Me Against the World is a little bit more. It's the same Tupac, more grown up a little bit. Puerto Liquor is amazing because unfortunately, if you are uh, I can't speak for women because I'm not a woman, but black man born up in America at a certain age, the hook says this over and over again. My cousin died last year. I still can't let
Mm,
that go. As a
yeah. My
as a
cousin
as a
died
as a
last year.
as a I can't let that go, man. And
Mm,
I remember being a kid listening to this when I started losing my friends and losing
yeah,
people that I knew.
yeah.
It really like stuck with me, and whenever I hear it, I think about the people that I've lost in life and friends and cousins and people close to me and family because it's a real feeling, man. Like the whole song is about rapping about your dead homeboy, you did whatever, Unfortunately, like he says in the last verse, because I'm losing all my homies and I'm worried. Like, you know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? That hits you, man, and you live with that. That's one of the
yeah,
things I deal with as black men in America. Always have. Like, it's not like a new feeling. I think since we landed here, I'm sure our great, I'm sure the same is for black women too. Like, I don't want to make it sound like as a black, speaking as a black man, it's just like you deal with that. And you hear the stories of your grandparents and your father. And you hear them stories, and I'm sure they dealt with the same thing. So
yeah,
yeah, man, this is an amazing, powerful song, man.
yeah,
So
yeah.
yeah, absolutely
And
great choice.
it's like right in the middle of the album too. Like
Hmm.
you got so much fire off of this entire project, and this is just kind of just sitting in the middle, along with all of these different songs. But it provides that level of rawness to the album that it actually needs, because for the most part, we said it in the beginning, like a lot of the songs off of here is R&B, but the songs that are hip hop, they hit really different, and they hit on a deeper level, whether it's
Yeah,
about some random shit, or some day shit, things that you do, or something a little bit more serious. But I think this provided more of the seriousness that the album needed compared to what the film brought as well. So yeah, thank you. Appreciate that.
I think it's also like I love to, and also today is Tupac bobblehead day. If you're in Baltimore, the Orioles gave out Tupac bobbleheads, and they named the street after him that they lived at when he was in
I
Baltimore.
saw that. Yes,
His
I saw
sister was
that.
here. I want the
Yeah,
bobblehead. I'm trying to
me
find one
too.
on the aftermarket. I couldn't go.
Oh, bro,
So
you know that
big,
shit gonna
big.
run you.
I'm glad. I'm up to play Tupac all weekend. I'm blasting it
Yeah,
everywhere I go.
yeah, yeah.
But man, it's just an amazing song, man, and it speaks to also like how we cope with this. Tupac was so layered, man. Like the thing I think made Tupac was like the most technical rapper. Like you were just talking about the Lady of Rage song, where she's giving you the
Yeah.
bars and the best rapper and da 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 da. Tupac is the antithesis of that, which is like common today. First person perspective of what I'm seeing and what I'm going through, and I'm speaking to you on a human level for you to relate to me as a person. He says on the
Mm.
third verse where he was like, "My mama told me it'll be days like this. I don't want to think, so I hit the drink and I stayed blitz."
Yeah, stay
You know what
bliss.
I'm saying?
That's
You
some
know what I'm
dark
saying?
shit right
Like,
there, bro.
you know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like this,
Yeah.
but you cope with the unfortunately the death, man. I work with a lot of young guys, man, and I'm fortunate to have the opportunity to do so. Man, they've seen some really tough things, man. Really, really, our kids have seen a lot of really tough things. So I love Tupac, man, for putting that in the record and putting it in that place that people can be seen, people can recognize that. One of the greatest ever, easily hands
Yeah.
down, one of my favorite true artists. And
Yeah.
I miss that ilk. Tupac would be
Yeah.
talking about real shit right now if he was alive. He would not be.
Mm,
I hope so.
yeah.
He would not eventually give
Yeah.
up, but I don't
Yeah.
think that he would. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Damn.
Is it
Rest
is
in
my
peace
turn?
for real, man. Yeah, it's your turn.
Absolutely. Ah, woo. I'm gonna go real West Coast now.
Oh shit. Okay.
Um, I didn't mean to turn on you.
Oh wow. Oh wow. For real.
Didn't mean to turn on you.
Okay. I did not know we was going down this route. Okay. Right.
Second, what's his name?
Didn't mean
I'm
to
trying
turn
to
you
bring it up
on.
now. Second to
Second to
none,
none.
but it's
Yeah.
produced and featuring DJ Quick. DJ Quick, who
Yeah.
does not get the West Coast accreditation everybody else gets. Not everybody else, but
Right.
others get. Um,
Yeah, that's true.
but definitely, most 100% a West Coast legend. There's no
Yes.
dispute about that. Um, absolutely enjoy this song 100%. This is on
Yes.
my get ready, get my day going. We about to
Really?
go. We about to go. We about to go. You know what I'm saying? Stun on fools. Have an
Okay.
amazing day. You know what I'm saying? Everything gonna
Okay.
go smooth. You know what I'm saying?
Really?
Put this fresh out the shower because you talking cash shit. You
Could
really
it
getting
be? It
me
came so funny
eternally.
though,
What? Come on, man.
easily.
You popping
Thanks for
collar.
sex
You
on
putting your
top of
cologne
me.
on. You put your
Yes.
deodorant on. What, man?
Yes.
This is what that's, man. This is. Listen, it's ignorant.
Yes.
Okay, it's absolutely ignorant. So don't think you're
No,
gonna listen
I
to the
gotta go.
song
Gotta go.
and be
I
enlightened. This is not
you
Tupac.
on.
Okay,
I didn't mean to turn you on. Yes. Yes.
yeah,
You here for a
this ain't
good
pop.
time.
You
You
here
here for a
for a
good
bit
time, not a
now.
long time.
Okay,
Yeah, you
it's
here for a good
ignorant.
time, not a long
Don't
time.
judge me
Yeah.
by my music, decisions. All right.
I'm not.
Okay.
I'm just you be the more
I'm just saying.
introspective nigga.
That's
I be
what
talking about the sound. It just feel like everything's in reverse right now.
I'm just saying. That's what you gotta tell yourself. Like, man,
Bruh.
listen. Don't judge me based on my music selection.
Bruh.
I'm just
We
picking
gotta
a song that is gonna vibe out.
but we gotta talk about this song because like dog, did you see the lyrics? I mean the placement of the lyrics are amazing. I'm not gonna hold you on that part. You know what I'm saying? I'm just gonna throw that out there. Like the placement of how everything is put together on this song, it just fits so well, man. I'm so glad to know that DJ Quick was a part of this, and it makes so much sense the more you hear like the different instrumentals in the background, the tempo that is being provided. Like it sounds like a DJ Quick song, but I didn't even know that. I was just like, yo, this shit slaps. But yo, bitch, come down and take a ride with me. I'll show you how things are supposed to be. Like killing that cat from the back, break it down to the floor with a 20-second love. You don't hear me though. Now, baby, you gotta put your face up or even raise up. Like the mixture of like rap and R&B, dog, it's so dope. And it's very rare that you find an actual mix of R&B and rap like this. You know what I'm saying? Where you know that you got a rapper and then you got somebody singing in the back, and it's you could tell that it's two different people, but the two genres are just mashing together. You know what I'm saying? And it's not in a corny way where you're like, oh, we're doing this, we're matching these two genres together. Nah, they're just doing it casually while giving you another whole new message with just this dude trying to mess around with this, of course, with this girl. So yeah, this shit was hard. I didn't know DJ Quick produced this shit though. That's crazy. That's baffling. But you don't have to be. But you can have it, make it
Ain't that
happen.
him? Isn't that him rapping in the
That
beginning? I
sounds
know what
like
I
him
mic messed up
rapping.
too. Yeah, I think that's quick. I never should have tripped with a girl to do misplaced, but yeah, I think that's definitely DJ Quick. I just realized I'm
Yeah.
using the wrong mic, so it sounds really bad on my microphone.
Okay. Okay.
Does the
So
mic
I'm
sound
looking at.
awful?
Hold on, because I got my music in the back. Okay. Here we go.
Does the
Yeah. Here
mic
we go.
sound awful? Because I just realized it's the wrong mic. That's whatever. Okay, don't worry about this, y'all.
Yeah.
Fuck it. We do it live. Bill O'Reilly
We're
style.
doing
But no,
live. We're doing live.
we do it live. Bill
So
O'Reilly. Yeah,
so
go ahead.
I
You talking about
so
quick?
yes. So second to none is definitely a duo. It does not include DJ Quick. So DJ Quick is a separate act from second to none. It's two people. So I was right. It was more than one person, but I think DJ Quick is DJ Quick rapping over the beat. Baby, I really didn't mean it. And they did another song with DJ Quick called "Up in the Club." Oh no, they're rappers.
Quick is not
They're
rapping on here.
rappers.
Quick is not rapping on
Yeah.
here.
So
No,
okay, so it's
they
definitely
produce
second to
and
none.
they co-produce and they but no, they're not rap. He might be singing the hook, but he's not rapping on here.
Yeah, it makes
I don't
sense. I'm
think he's
listening
singing
to
the
more than a player. Yeah, they're definitely West Coast shit. But yeah, yeah, definitely. Didn't mean to turn you on was actually one of my favorite songs, like in high school. That was one of the songs that made me want to actually pick this album up. So this was one of the early ones that really made me say, all right, I might be fucking with this album. That and then also, actually my second choice. But I digress. We'll continue down that road when we get there. But yeah, man, I'm so surprised that you chose this song.
bro.
I'm
It's
so
just yo.
surprised.
Listen, you can have a rapper rapping their ass off like an Afro pumps, right? This is the fun part about the hip hop soundtrack and what makes soundtrack so great. It gives you
Yes,
different elements, different vibes, different. We didn't even touch on the R&B joints, which is
I know.
crazy.
What?
The SWV, Jewel, Aaron Hall, LB
Oh, trust and
Short.
believe.
It's
We
some.
we better go down that route.
It's some joints on there. So you get all
Yeah.
of that, right? You get Tupac pouring out his soul and connecting to you on a different visceral level about some other shit you're going through and how you're
Yep.
dealing with the loss of the homie and your friends. But we humans, right? We live,
Right.
we grieving through life. So also be moments where you wake up and you like, bro, I'm feeling like the man today.
Right.
And you
Right.
just in the mirror putting that it on, you just in the background, stepping things, you get into it. What do you say? Because when it
Yeah.
come to loving, I got a lot of hugging. Came what? Come on, son.
Yeah. 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 That's
Yeah,
real. That's real.
yeah. You
Okay.
just
So
balance, brother. We
so
humans.
so it's funny that you say that you mentioned that kind of scene because that scene was played out in another movie that had a soundtrack, A Thin Line Between Love and Hate, which I hope we get to now that we're actually doing this album. But yeah, I will say that I will say that it does give me that vibe. I do play this whenever I'm in the car because it sounds so good in the whip, make you feel fly and shit like that. And then on top of that, like the nostalgic sound that comes with DJ Quick, bro, it's just fire as hell, bro. I love the song. Yeah. Turn you on. I didn't mean to turn you on.
Yo, you
Hey.
could. It's so many songs. You can pick every. You can pick every song on here for for your top whatever. Like it's hard not to pick every song. Is
Right.
you can make a
Right.
case for so many different songs on here. So
There's
the
so many good songs.
samples, the nostalgic joints, the energy joints. Like it's so many, such a variety of possibilities of what it could possibly be. Son, like I yeah, man. You can go either way with this. It's your turn. Was that mine? It's yours. You're next. You're next. You're next.
It's my go actually. Wow.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's
yeah.
my
You
go.
got this.
Okay. Well, we're about to turn right into the R&B because my next choice is Blown Away. Yeah, by B Rezel. Yeah, this was my favorite song off this album back in the day, and it continues to be my favorite album now. Oh, excuse me, my favorite song now. It's so fucking cool. Of course, he's talking about smoking weed and just kicking it, but just the way that it's done is just so fucking fire, and it's still fly. For this to come out of Death Row caught me off guard because it's just so cool and it's so different from what normally came out of Death Row and the reputation that they've been known for. But the chorus, man, oh my gosh, man. I just went by it. I'm about to, man. Oh my gosh. For the niggas today, but we be bumping in the let me take you by the hand and let me tell
Did you
you
see
something good.
did you
Like,
see
whoa,
who this
what?
is produced by? You see who this is produced by?
No. Who is this produced by?
Devonte Devonte Swing from Jodeci and Timberland
Yes!
and Timberland.
Okay. Timberland.
Yeah,
What? Did not know that. Any smoke, it's just me. Oh my god, that's crazy.
that's crazy.
Yo, Virginia in the building for this one. I mean, in more than one way, if we're being
It's
honest.
crazy.
But yeah, man, I did not know that. That's crazy. And
Yeah, bro.
this is like this song and the other song, Horny. Those are the only two songs from B. Rosel's catalog. But man, this song shines so much on this track, bro. It was so fucking dope. Oh my god. All you do is pull out your sack. And the beat was fire too. Still has that West Coast vibe, but you could tell something was so
we
different
see
about
why
it.
we see why it was the beat was so fire. Look who did the beat. It's crazy.
I know. But it's so surprising how it had like an extra element. But I think for me, it's the vocals. The vocals, bro. It sounds like a rap song, but it's just R&B. It's mainly this dude singing the entire time. The rap vocals only happen in the beginning and like in the middle part, but it's still short. It's still the vocals that are really bringing you in with that fucking dope ass beat. So the combination for me, man, I think that was the thing that was really making me say, all right, I fuck with this song back in the day, and I fuck with this song even now. Like even when I was like listening to this shit in so many cases, like I was just singing the chorus. I was singing the fucking rat tat tat
Yeah.
tat for the fat one. Like, bro, this fucking fire ass song, man. While
The
I'm
hook
getting
out
buzzed.
the hook is super. It's a great hook. It's so catchy. The beat is
It
like
gets
brings
mad
you
when
in.
it's
I did
right.
not even know that it was done by Timberland or whatever, and I'll listen to it a million times, like reviewing this one again. I don't remember the song from back in the day though, but it's just it feels like a very early '90s song, like you might see like
Yeah.
on a movies and shit like that.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, I don't know much about this. The guy who made the song though, he was on Death Row. But other than that, I don't know much about him. But
Mm,
I did like the song.
yeah.
I do like
I
the
did.
song.
Yeah, same here. Now, I always heard Tim and Devontae's name said over, like, all due respect to Tim and Devontae. Like, they say his name. It
Yep.
never, I never put anything together until you actually said something about it. Now, I didn't know Timberland was on there. Like, that was the big one. But I kept hearing Devontae. So I'm like, I guess that's Devontae from Jodeci. But man, dog. Oh man, this song is still to this day hard as shit. But I think for me, historically, my next song is weird, but it still sounds good. But it has more historical context, which is why this one is not my number one. Because this is my favorite back then. As I kept listening to other music, and to this day, this is like my favorite track off of the project. I go to it all the time. All right. What's your number one? I
Dang,
can't hear you.
I was trying to get it up here so I can have it ready for you. But
Okay.
I can't. I mean, I have to pick this song, Regulators.
Oh,
Um,
mount up.
Mount up.
Yeah.
I absolutely love this song. I've always loved this song. I love the sample they redid. I love um, I love the storytelling by Warren G. I love how like it's G funk, so it's the way it's like it's so unique based on that West Coast sound, like a sub of the West Coast hip hop at the
Yeah.
time. Um, uh, I love the sample in the beginning from the movie, whatever that movie is. I can't
Yeah.
think of it out of my head. Um, I love the hook by it wasn't even like a real hook, it was like bridges. It was like bridges they had with Nate Dogg. Just hit the bus
Yeah.
stop with the Warren G. And he was kind of like going back and forth. Just hit the east side of the LBC. One mission trying to find Mr. Warren G. Like it was like he would go, and I just love the creativity of that. I would love to know how they did like decided the back and forth. Warren G's flow is like it's so smooth, man. When he rapping to you, it's
Yeah.
I don't even know how to describe it. Like somebody just talking, like I same feel like you want to listen to Bodie James, where it's kind of like him just
Yeah.
talking to you, like he's having a conversation with you.
Yeah.
And it goes even way better when it's like on a beat like this and a slow pace. And it's a classic hip hop song, like
Yeah.
classic. This is one of the most classic hip hop songs. It was one of the biggest records of the time that year, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. Um, yeah, man, I think it really showed the creativity of hip hop, specifically West Coast hip hop. At the time, West Coast hip hop was not doing this level of storytelling within their commercial big records. You had Snoop, you had Dre at the time, you had like the Chronic, you had Doggy Style. Doggy Style did have plenty of storytelling, but I'm saying from a
Yeah.
single perspective, Dory Star Doggy
Yeah.
Style had so did Chronic too had storytelling elements to it as well. But I'm saying as a
Right.
single, this is a single rooted around a
Yeah.
storytelling, kind of creative.
Everything
Yeah,
was kind
man,
of wrapped
one
up
of
in
the
a
yeah yeah.
yeah, in a
Go ahead.
bow. Yeah.
What you want to say?
Oh, no. I was gonna say, yeah, everything was wrapped up in the bow. Just adding on to what you were saying. What I will say about this was that was also super dope was to actually kind of hear this story played out. Him actually being consistent with Snoop Dogg providing that level of context, and also providing like the more fun, positive aspect, and using his voice to actually, I guess, give you that energy needed to not make this depressing. So if you didn't like the lyrics, or you're not really banging with the lyrics, you could at least sing what Nate Dogg is saying. You know what I'm saying? And he just knew how to make this feel more of like a street ballad compared to it just being like a West Coast rap song. In my case, you know what I'm saying?
I absolutely love this song, man. I love like he did an interview one time on somewhere. I don't remember which one. He was just talking about how like it was like he basically pieced together a bunch of real life situations he's been in to
Mm,
tell like this story over a different. So when he was shooting dice, he said he loved shooting dice. He said he was talking about the cars and like the women and like chasing women around. I just love how it's like a this is like a historical hip hop song. This is like a major.
yeah.
This is like a big. This is a Billboard hit record right here.
Yes,
I
it
don't even know
was.
how high it went on the chart. This is like
Let's
a
find
hit.
out.
This is a hit record.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
on the soundtrack, and I think eventually he put it on his album
God
as
damn.
well. Yeah, this is a hit
I'm
record.
looking at all the chart right. I'm looking at all the charts right now.
Chart was crazy. How did it go?
So it went number one on hot rap songs.
Mm-hmm.
Specifically, number three, rhythmic airplay, 32 pop airplay, seven hot R&B hip hop songs. Number two on the Hot 100. You know what I'm saying? Number two on the UK dance music. Number two on the UK dance. Number five on UK singles. Yeah. Let's see. Certified gold in Australia, certified gold in Denmark, certified gold, certified platinum, five times platinum actually in New Zealand, two times platinum in the United States, and two times platinum here in the US. Yeah.
Yeah,
They're
so
not
it was a major record. It was one of the biggest records of the year, whatever 93, 94, the year they came out. Um, Warren G was a West Coast artist on Def Jam.
yeah.
That's how big this was. Like
That's crazy,
he
man.
was on Def Jam at the time.
Yeah.
I don't know who. I think he even produced the record too. I could be wrong. Maybe Dr. Dre produced it, but
No, it was Warren G. No, you're absolutely
oh
right.
damn,
He
damn, damn,
produced
damn,
that shit.
damn, damn.
Yeah.
And I do think also I do think the Michael McDonald sample helped out a lot, which is cool, as hip hop
Yeah.
does. I do miss cool samples as well. But man, what an amazing hip hop record. People who don't like rap, don't like hip hop, hear this and still like it because it's just like the sample brings you in, but then the storytelling also like ties you to it. So this is
Yeah.
my
Yeah.
favorite from this album, just off like the what it stands for.
Right. This is a song similar to Troy or
Yep, yep,
even Check
yep,
Yourself Before You Wreck Yourself, but the
yep,
song that
yep,
came
yep,
out
yep,
before that is like a juggle sometimes. I make you wonder how I feel to
yep.
going under like
It's
songs
like a
like that.
pillar.
Like,
It's like a
yes,
pillar. Hip
yes,
hop. Yep.
yes, it's what makes hip hop.
It's
And
like NWA, that song.
yeah, yeah,
Always coming. Yeah,
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 or express yourself. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
yep,
You
yep.
it's just one of those critical rap songs that you could just pass on to somebody else who may not have never heard rap before, and that will be the song that, oh, okay, I like this, and
That's the
that is
fact.
their their first step into the genre. So critical, essential rap song in general. So yeah, damn, that's a
That
great
is
number
that
one
that is that
choice.
is 100% fact. Yeah, yeah, I had to
Yes,
pick that
Lord.
one. Even
Yes,
though the
Lord.
Tupac song might be my favorite, I think "Regulate" just means so much. It's
Yeah,
wrong to not. You know
yeah,
what I'm saying?
yeah. I agree.
What you
I
got?
agree.
What you got?
Okay, this is going to be a weird one,
Uh huh.
but because it just kept it, man, it became one of the songs that I liked listening to this album recently. And then also, I think we don't give this lady enough credit because when I started realizing what she was doing outside from making this song, I was like, oh shit, she's a part of like West Coast history in general. The more you think about it, and it's not deep enough by Jewel. I'm not gonna lie, it's not deep enough.
Mm.
Like the setup is already like kind of crazy. The lyrics is crazy because we talked about this earlier in the review. Like, there's a lot of sex on this album. There's a lot of fucking on here. And then the crazy thing is, there's a lot of like legends talking about fucking on this album, which is wild. You got DJ Rogers with Doggy Style. You got Aaron Hall on here, who is now a certified creep. If you actually go read the news, um, you got H Town on here talking about knocking the book. They always talk about fucking all the time. But I think for Jewel, what made me really like this fucking song is the combination of that West Coast sound that we know, but like the way that she really knew how to command this song. Of course, she's talking about sex and shit like that, but just the way that she is kind of spazzing and using her voice to like really accentuate the lyrics as well as the tone of the song. It was dope, man. Like even like later on in the song, which you just start fucking around. Oh my gosh, the chorus itself is also wild, but the chorus is critical for me because I used to hear my mom sing that shit in the house in the 90s, and I never knew where she got it from. And god damn it, this might actually be it. But yeah, this song caught me off guard. And the more I listened to it, the more I liked it. I was just like, oh my god. I don't know if I can sing it, but just even the way that she sings these verses is so fucking cold, and it just truly shows you why the R&B off of this project shines so much. I could have chose anything, but that's too easy, and I also like the Wu-Tang version a little bit better because of the addition. But I think this one kind of showcases a female star from the West Coast that doesn't get enough love. Because I fucked around and found out that she was a part of a whole bunch of other West Coast songs. You Dre Day. She was
Most
in
of the
that
chronic
song.
and most of the chronic and doggy style was her singing. And
Yes.
she was on Scarface album too, strictly for my
What?
whatever the word on it. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Most
Did
of that
not
was
know
her.
that.
Yeah. A lot
Did
of
not
doggy
know that.
style. Most of the doggy style. Pretty much anytime there's like
Yep.
some singing going on, it's
Yep.
her. Especially on Dre on Dr. Dre joint. That song when he's what's that song with the singing on the Chronic? You know what I'm talking about?
Fuck with J Dre.
Might be.
Fuck
Yeah,
with
yeah, yeah.
Dre
Might be.
Day.
Yeah, 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 yeah,
She was
yeah,
the
yeah.
yes, that was the song. Because I was
Yeah.
like, I've heard her voice before. She was the lady that was saying, "Oh,
Yep.
yeah,
Yeah, that was
yeah."
her.
That shit, bro. When I found out, I was like, "Oh, that's a crazy connection." And I don't think she had an album that came out because even when you go to a Spotify, like
She
the
did.
latest that she had
It
one
might not be on
album
streaming. She put out 3 albums.
through. Oh, for real?
It might
Okay,
not
let me
be on
hear.
streaming. It might not be on streaming, but
Hold
I
on,
don't
I'm
know. I
looking
didn't
now.
check.
I didn't. Yeah, it's definitely not on streaming, but I'm looking now because I definitely want to see the albums that should drop. Because I'm like, you would think that somebody who was kind of a pivotal part of like building Death Row to what it was would get like their own project, but I
She kind
couldn't
of was. She kind of was their R&B artist. They just didn't
push her.
uh, push her, I guess, or get her out there, or whatever the case may be. But
Yeah.
she definitely was. She did put out 2 albums, I want to say, on
Mm,
on Death Row. I could be wrong, but I think I'm not.
damn,
Yeah, she put out. I think I could be wrong.
bro. I'm trying to look for her Wikipedia, and like it's not even pulling. It's not even
It's
pulling
taking
her name
forever.
up.
Yeah, I don't
Yeah.
think. But she did put out. If I'm not mistaken, she did put out an album. I could be wrong.
Okay.
Yeah, Black Diamond on Death Row in 2011. Oh my goodness.
Oh
And then
shit.
Jewel in 2011. So she never really released an album during the
Yeah.
peak of her. If she put an album out on '95, maybe she would have
Yeah.
killed it. But too. But they had that Death Row kind of got fucked up at the end.
Yeah. She died in
R.I.P. Yeah, I see
2022 as
that.
well. Yeah.
Yeah, rest in
Yeah.
peace.
From Chicago.
Uh,
She was from Chicago too, I think.
yeah.
Yeah.
What is your recap of the album? What you think about it? Everything.
I know that everybody like there are so many different songs off of this project that any kind of rap fan, any kind of R&B fan, any kind of fan of music can grab from this album. I think that like you said in the beginning, like you don't see a lot of like original soundtracks to films anymore. Hell, people, it's
Mhm.
hard for to get people in the movie theaters at this
Yeah.
day and age. So to have a soundtrack for a film, while it was common in the 90s, because we had this film, we had Thin Line Between Love and Hate. I remember running into a Panther uh soundtrack that I'm like, I still want to listen to because the track list was crazy. But
Yeah.
just to live at a time where this was like common, and it allowed artists to really get creative with the music, and also tell stories about artists that may have not gotten that push that they thought they were going to get, yet they still contributed to the overall history of rap music in this case, as well as R&B in other cases. I think that this album is one of those pivotal albums for that, I guess, genre of projects to be made. And I feel like we need more of that this day and age. I'm not saying that it doesn't happen all the time, because we definitely got the Black Panther album, and that was the first time in a long time where you felt that same energy towards the album, the same way that you felt towards a film. But I do wish that we had more artists, whether they're young and up and coming or they're already established and they're just dropping tracks like that. I do wish we had more um original soundtracks like that. I think aside from the Black Panther album, I know that what was that shit? Superfly. It had an original soundtrack with Future in it. Now, of
Good
course,
point. Hey, that's absolutely yes, sir. You're right about
and
that.
I'm not gonna lie, there's some bangers off of that album because I listened
Absolutely.
and
Future
because
Future produced it. Wasn't Future EP that?
yep, he was the EP of that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So of course, you see him, kind of spotlighted throughout the entire track, but you also got a lot of Atlanta legends and a lot of Atlanta hitters, on that project too. I know 21 Savage was on there too. You know what I'm saying? There's like, I like the fact that these original soundtracks give maybe an artist the opportunity to EP or lead creatively. Because I know Kendrick led the Black Panther soundtrack, so it technically was like another album, even though it just had a whole bunch of TDE and West Coast people in there. But just in general, I think that this was one of the, now I wouldn't say one of the first, but one of the best original soundtrack albums to come out and kind of leave a mark on the culture, not only through the film that it came out with, but then also the music that came from this soundtrack changed the landscape of hip hop. Not only at the time, but even to this day, and continues to do so.
Um, I absolutely miss hip hop soundtracks. I think
Yes.
movie soundtracks. I think the Spider-Man movie also had a pretty good one.
Oh
They do a pretty good
yeah.
job of it. I don't think that the Ninja Turtle movie, because animated movie had a hip hop soundtrack. I do think they had songs on there. I think
Yeah.
most of the soundtracks are geared towards animated films and streaming. Animated films are streaming, so like I think we saw it this year with the Netflix movie, the South Korean film with the Golden song on there. I watched the movie; it was actually really good. I can't think of
Oh,
the name,
K-pop
but
Demon
Golden
Hunter.
K-pop Demon Hunters. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So I think you still see
Yeah.
soundtracks in that way. That's one of the biggest songs in the country. But that was the time hip hop soundtracks was on it. I think you mentioned earlier the not the Angela Bassett, the Martin movie, The Thin Line Between Love and
Thin
Hate,
Line Between
Soul
Love and Hate.
Food,
Yep. Soul
Thin Line
Food.
Between
Yep.
Love and Hate, Soul
Yep.
Food album,
Yep. That was hard.
um,
Panther. I definitely say
Panther.
Panther.
The '90s had a bunch of them though.
Yep.
The Whitney Houston
Wasn't
joint, she had a soundtrack.
Set It Off. Oh,
Set
the
It Off. Set
Bodyguard.
It Off had a good found. Bodyguard.
The Bodyguard.
Bodyguard.
Yeah.
Set It Off. We was
Yeah.
getting
We were spoiled.
flames.
We were spoiled.
I actually would be interested in seeing more smaller films. Like for example, I'm not Vince Staples, and I can't imagine this was easy to pull off. I do think it would have been cool if season two, if he tried to do that, but he got
Mm.
in like other LA artists to paint the full picture, where it's not just him. I think the soundtrack would have helped with the viewership. I think it just goes hand in hand. I
Yeah.
wonder if it's just probably like time constraints, budget constraints. It's probably hard to pull off nowadays. But I do think I wonder there's like smaller ways we could do it. Like if Abbott Elementary had a soundtrack or something like
Yeah.
that. I don't know. I just think there's got to be creative and like I think Issa Rae used to do it with her shows too.
Yeah.
With
And also they
playlists,
did it
and
with
she would find
Atlanta.
her ways to do it. Atlanta
They
did it
did it
too.
with
Yeah,
Atlanta.
good point.
Yeah. But I
Good
think
point.
with Atlanta, they did it a little bit later on. Like you had, because it was still kind of like a new show and it wasn't like people still were trying to figure out what it was. I think it
Hmm.
took a little bit longer for Atlanta to have their own official playlist compared to Insecure, where it was like kind of automatic. Like you immediately saw like all the songs, it there weren't there weren't songs that were dedicated to the entire series um until season 2 for Insecure. But Atlanta, they always found ways aside from Paperboy's music. They always
Yeah,
found which is technically Donald Glover's brother, but there wasn't like purposeful instrumental music or purposeful music that was made for media compared to like Insecure, because one of the songs between I think Jasmine Sullivan and Bryson Tiller that was made for a specific scene, so it makes a lot of sense. But yeah, we I wish we do have more albums that are provided this way, man, because it makes you want to go watch a movie again. And I'm not talking about just, watching it on streaming and things like that. I'm actually that's cool. It's actually cool to do, but to actually get up and go see a movie, have that experience in theaters, and then go back home and listen to the album after, that's a unique experience that I think it's hard to come by these days. And I wish we had that
yeah,
same feeling,
yeah. I
even with
think
the
it has to come back.
tangibility of things too. Yeah.
I think marketing budgets have shrunk so much that it used to be a time where this was part of the marketing budget, and
Yeah.
you can make pretty good money putting this off. And if it were blows up, it makes sense. And then we used to put clips of the movie into the video and stuff like that. Remember, like you used to do like the Aaliyah movie with Romeo Must Die, and they put the clips of the
Oh
movie into
yeah.
the
Oh
thing,
yeah. That's another
and
one.
like and Rush Hour when they had the Jay Z "What Can I Get" or
Yeah.
what, and they
And
used to
Drew
put so
Hill.
Drew Hill, yeah. So
Yeah.
they used to use it as a marketing tool, and I wonder if that's like a missed opportunity now. Now that so many people are doing their own content elsewhere, I don't
Yeah.
know. I think the internet has whatever. We can get into a
And it
tangent about that.
I mean, let's be real. It also costs a lot of money to do. You gotta have one, if you're gonna have an album drop with a movie, you gotta make sure that it's something that's gonna bring a lot of people together. Because we saw how successful it was with Black Panther, but then I saw how not successful or not as successful it was with Superfly, which came out
Yeah.
around the same time. So it's like
Well, Superfly
you
was also it wasn't a Disney movie either.
it was a yeah, I know. I know, I know.
So it's
Which is
like
what
it's not a Disney movie.
but the thing was, it was around the
Different
time
budget. Yeah.
that was still popular, or I guess because Black Panther set the tone, other albums or other movies tried to do the same thing.
Yeah.
And specifically with Superfly, like it's a classic. It's done by a rap video director,
Yeah.
uh
Sure.
and
Sure.
and then on top of that, like it had Atlanta in it, so you had to kind of bring
Yeah.
that vibe down south, so
I
it
thought
makes
they were
sense.
just trying to make a Atlanta Belly. That's not what I saw. It was like an Atlanta Belly. That's what it's supposed to be.
I honestly think it was kind of, yeah,
Which is fine.
because
Which is fine. Which is fine. I have no. I have none
yeah,
of this. Belly is a classic movie to me. Classic is just to me more like a movie that like
because when
encapsulates the
you
time and
yeah
like moments
when
and
you
stuff
go
like
back
that.
to the
So yeah,
original Superfly, it is not what I mean. The bombasticness of everything
yeah,
is still there, but like
yeah.
the
It's not
story
the
is
same.
completely different. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
completely
yeah, yeah.
different.
They
Yeah,
can never
which
grab that. They can never
right.
get that energy out of it.
I will say this though, it's
The same.
definitely 2010s black exploitation. not 70s, like not like a
That's a good way
parody.
to look
Is
at it. Yeah, a lot of this stuff
yeah.
is. I think Power is black exploitation. So
Ah,
that's not crazy.
hell yeah, hell yeah.
Can we talk about Michael? Hey, great album choice. If you are
Yes, great.
listening this
Thank
far
you.
into the episode, please go listen to Above the Rim. It
Yes,
is a
yeah,
classic album, and then watch the
for
movie
real.
before or after. It goes great with the movie.
Yes, it
Great
does.
choice,
Yes, it
great
does.
selection, Vance. Can we talk
Thank
about
you.
Michael?
Okay.
Okay,
Okay.
and then we can wrap up. What were your thoughts on the Michael movie?
Okay. I said this in a video on Instagram, so go ahead and check that out after you listen to us talk about this movie. I like the movie because it it managed to explain certain things that was talked about amongst fans, and it also managed to really bring back those memories of listening to Michael's some of Michael's best songs. And then also spotlight the creation process behind like two of the best albums in his catalog. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
However, I do think that because of with the estate that was working with this project, and also the fact that I think Diana Ross didn't want to be a part, like she didn't want her story, or
Yeah, I heard about that. I heard
yeah, she
about
didn't
that.
wanted to be a part of that. I'll go look that up while we talk about it. But because I knew that there were going to be certain parts that were missing, I knew that they couldn't necessarily make this a deep dive into Michael's life. Like you could see that they spotlighted certain things from the Jackson 5 era all the way up to him dropping bad. But at the same time, I think the thing I had to understand is that this was to make you feel good about the catalog. This was
Mhm.
clearly made for you to go back to Michael's catalog and listen to all the songs from Jackson 5 to that point. Um, I
Yeah, that's
just
true.
I do also think that they did manage to include some of the more obvious things that was happening in his life. The vitiligo, the whole Pepsi accident. I was surprised that they included that, but they did. Spoilers, sorry. uh, and
Spoilers.
also,
These are
yeah,
spoilers. You didn't see the
even though you
movie.
could definitely look this up on online, but like if you want to
Yeah.
see it, the victory tour, and the fact that he ended it the last night, like I do think that there were things that were actually documented and shown. The creation behind Thriller, the creation behind Off the Wall, like in the relationship that he had with Quincy Jones wasn't really showcased, but you could kind of see it there, here and there. You know what I'm saying? I think that this is a very clean version of Michael's life. And there's nothing wrong with that. I feel like it reminds me honestly of the old videos that he would make, the movies that he would make as videos. So like specifically Moonwalker, it gives me that feeling, but instead of it being a music video, this is his life. This is his life biopic. So I knew that there were going to be things that weren't talked about. But if you're just looking for something to enjoy and you want to learn more about who Michael Jackson is as a singer, as a performer, the creative process, the things that, you know, he went through at surface level, this is kind of like a good trip through that. And when I was in the theater, I went to Magic Johnson Theater in Largo or Maryland.
Mhm.
If you don't know what that is, that's like right near Washington D.C. And everybody had an amazing experience. The crowd was very reactive, and yeah, it was a popcorn flick for me. But
Yeah.
I didn't learn like some of the deeper elements of Michael. What made Michael Michael, or what obstacles that he go through in order for him to reach this level of superstardom. It felt in some ways like you got to clean Michael. And then they also I I love Joe Jackson, the person that played Code Joe Jackson, because he's a really great villain in general. I think it's called Coleman Domingo.
Coleman
Coleman
Domingo, great
Domingo.
actor.
Yes, he's a great
He's
actor.
in Euphoria. He's in Euphoria right now.
Yes,
So he's
yes.
like
He was
Rouge
also in
therapist.
Zola.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he was.
So
He's a
like,
great actor. Really.
yeah,
He also was on
yeah,
4 seasons on Netflix. Yeah.
yeah. Oh, I didn't know that. And then he also led a movie where he was like a oh my god, he was like a like an actual like activist. I forgot the name of the
Bayard
movie.
Rustin. Bayard Rustin. Rustin.
Yes.
Yeah. Bayard Rustin. Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Because I saw that too. I was like, damn, you got
Yeah,
range,
he
bro.
did a bunch of. He did the one where he was leading the kind of the jail movie about men trying to do plays in jail. But I want to pick up
Damn.
on a couple points you said. He's working, man. Coleman Domingo be working. Shout out to
Shout
Coleman
out to
Domingo.
you. Yeah, if you're listening to
Um,
this, wherever you
Lord
are,
love if Coleman Domingo listen to this. Coleman Domingo.
please, please come
Um,
on the show.
oh, that'd be lovely. What was I about to say? A few things, and I hope this doesn't. I try not to. I don't care what people think. So fuck it. Why am I even caring now?
Yeah, why are you caring now?
I don't listen to Michael Jackson music. I'm gonna keep it a buck with you. I don't listen to Michael Jackson music no more. Black people in my family be like, my family treat Michael Jackson like he got our same last, like we Jacksons. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like we naming kids after him. It's a lot. My family love Michael Jackson a lot. But I ain't gonna lie to you, man. I want to say like, and I'm not saying I can't prove all the allegations. The man beat the stuff in trial. I said this to my dad on the phone, so I understand somebody else is like, and I'm not also going to say like it's very true that the government got the people's power and he had ownership and history has shown us. Like I agree with all of that. I'm very well versed in all of that.
Mhm.
All of that can create a level of unclarity to be like I can't make a decision. That's cool.
Mm,
I'm gonna say something and I'm gonna talk about the movie.
okay.
Mike, as a parent, and
Oh,
Michael Jackson
yeah.
admitted this on record.
Yeah.
This is in an interview. He said these words out of his mouth. If my son, my daughters, my nephews, my nieces went to someone's house and was like, yo, we had a great time. We played with animals. We were on a roller coaster. At the end of the day, we all got in bed together with this old man. He slept in the bed with us. I'ma say, you're never going over there ever
Never come
again.
back there, bro.
He is weird. Like
Yeah.
something is wrong with that man,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
He out his mouth said that he was sleeping in the bed with these kids. So
Yeah.
as a man, that is
Yeah.
weird.
It is. It is.
Regardless of
Yeah.
beat the trial and pay
Say it
people
like it
up,
is,
people
bro.
lying.
Say it like it
Out
is.
his mouth, Michael Jackson said that, and I can't listen to nobody that say something like that, bro. I just
Yeah.
can't.
I'm not gonna lie. I just it makes it very hard to go back through his catalog. Yeah.
Just can't. But the thing about his music is different from like people like Robert, Mr. Kelly,
That guy.
Michael Jackson. Contrary with the movie portrayed, Michael Jackson worked with a team of writers. Michael Jackson was not in studios by himself writing
Right.
all of these records. You can go read the credits for yourself. Anybody out there. Like Michael Jackson very rarely wrote all of these songs by himself. Like that is
Right.
not. It's a bit of an embellishment.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um,
Because
I,
that the guy
I
that you just
do
mentioned wrote a song for him.
100%. Smokey Robinson, Quincy, like there's nothing wrong with that. He's bigger than having to be. He's not Prince.
Yeah.
He wants to be the biggest star in the world. I love
Yeah.
certain elements of the movie. I love the nephew. I think he did a great job of trying to like
Yeah.
redo a character that's probably
Yeah.
impossible to do.
Acting was great. Yeah. Acting was great.
It's probably impossible to do this character, and I think he's probably one of the only people that could have pulled it off the way he did. I think that's an
Yeah.
amazing skill set. Like kudos to him.
Right.
I think the other
Right.
actors did a great job. Not a big fan of the white saviorism in the movie, but I'm gonna leave that part alone. What I did enjoy was I love the Barry Gordy portion. I was kind of talk more about
That was
Barry
dope.
Gordy and the role that he
Yeah.
played. I'm kind of upset how they didn't show how maybe this is Diana Ross piece that got cut out because Quincy and because I wanted them to talk about Off the Wall more. Quincy
Yeah, I
and
wanted
Michael
to-
met around the Wiz, which led into Off the Wall, which led into Thriller. It's kind of like a thing. I kind of wish they showed like how Quincy and Michael were actually a little bit more intertwined. Um,
Yeah.
I didn't, I did not hate the movie. I think if you like Michael Jackson, you're gonna like the movie.
Right.
If you like good movies, you're not gonna like the movie. If you, it's like a musical, in my opinion. You go in there and you hear the things, you sing the song, people was dancing.
I
It's a
agree.
great time. It's a
I
great time.
agree.
It's
Yeah.
not a good movie.
Yeah.
Another thing that I would say that stuck out to me was, I wish you said this too. I wish they told more about Michael Jackson that we did not know.
Yeah.
And in that sense, like if you think about the movie, he only had one. And then granted, took Janet off. He only had one true meaningful conversation with any of his siblings. That's when he was talking to
Yeah.
his sister Latoya. And
Yeah.
I was like, yo, come on. He never had no moments with his brothers, no moments with
Right.
nobody else. He had one
Like
conversation
they
with
just
Latoya. I kind
they
of,
just grew up and ignored them. Like, come on, that didn't
yeah,
make
the
sense.
whole time. Like, come,
Yeah.
I'm like, come on. He never had nothing with his brothers.
Right.
But I think it's also, I would have loved to have known because the first movie that we watched growing up, the Michael Jackson story, which is a great movie, by the way, like four
Oh.
hours. The Jackson story. Remember
Yeah,
that movie
yeah.
growing
That
with
was where that was with
Terrence
Flex.
Howard and
Yeah.
no, sir.
Oh
The one
no, with
before
Flex. No.
Flex, before not the before Flex. The one before, not the Flex one. That one doesn't exist. The one pre-Flex was not. No. 2 points. So I'm gonna kick it over back to you. So I'm gonna wrap with the
Okay.
Michael joint.
Go ahead.
First
Go ahead.
point
Go ahead.
is I really wish they talked about his struggles with his image. They did
Yes.
not. They didn't touch on it. The only person that commented on his nose was his father.
Was his
Talk
father?
about that later.
Yeah.
And you mean to tell me he's in a room full of black people and no one even talks about the nose? I think his sister talked about how she likes it. But I would have loved if they showed. Now this could have maybe didn't happen in this way in real life, but if they
Mm.
was able to, like, I can't, it's a word for it, where you recreate a scene based on different scenes other people have said, created a scene where he talks to someone about what he was going through with his image and
Yeah.
the vitiligo and how it impacted him and being the biggest star on the planet and his nose thing. I would actually enjoy if someone was able to display that side of him as to why the biggest star in the world went from a dark skinned black man to looking like a white woman.
Right.
Um, you see what I'm saying? I would have just appreciated that. I think that's the level of hope that I was getting out of this movie, to where they would tell us something we did not know. I think
Yeah.
it would have humanized him in a way where we probably would have never um, felt outside of the
Right.
music. So I think that was a missed opportunity for them to
But
expand
that's
on
the
that. Go ahead.
that's the and I don't mean to cut you off, but
Go
that
ahead. Go ahead.
to response to that, that's the thing that I think that they were worried about, because if you are going to take the time to dive into those conversations, you would have to dive into those more mature themes.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
And I feel
Yep.
like in order to keep it PG-13 and be able to, I guess, have Michael's music passed down to the next generation, because guess who? Ironically, guess who I saw in the theater while I was watching this movie? I was sitting right beside an old woman, and I, no disrespect to her, she was very nice, and I was sitting right beside a kid, not my kid, and they were definitely with the other entourage. So like, you could tell that this was a generational kind of passing of the torch kind of situation when it comes to Michael. So, but if you wanted to get into those more nuanced conversations, you would have definitely had to go a little bit deeper and a little bit darker into Michael's life, because that is probably what not necessarily led to that change in his life, but some of those signs could have been signs that eventually foreshadow what we would get from him. Now, that also leaves me to ask it to ask excuse me, to ask an interesting question.
Yeah. What's the question?
This is the first album. Oh, excuse me. This is the first installation or installment, excuse me, of, I guess, a whole trilogy or a whole story. It's very clear that they're going to tell the story after because the way that it ended,
Ha!
I know that pissed a lot of people off. But it's clear
Really?
that they're making, yeah, yeah. Like I think one of the reasons why it had a very low rating, aside from the inaccuracies I mean, yeah, the inaccuracies and the lack of representation for Michael's real life. I think
Mhm.
the ending being abrupt was also something that a lot of people talked about as well. I know one of my homegirls was like mad. It was like, yo, it just cut off, and it's. I mean, for me, I didn't feel that same way because when I was watching the movie, it already felt like there was so much that was happening. But I just wonder if they're planning to put this trilogy out, are they going to get in some of those darker conversations? Because he was still making music at this time, and his music was still top. It was still hitting the billboards. It might have not been as impactful as it was once, but he was still a part of pop culture in the 90s and the 2000s up until his death. And then when he died, people remembered him for his that's when we started to see the tributes and things like that. So if they're going to do a trilogy for this entire for his life, like are they going to dive into those darker issues, or are they just going to
My
be like,
wife,
nah?
my wife said there's no way they're gonna touch on it. I
Yeah,
asked her the same question. I said, "Do they touch on it?" And she was like, "I just can't see them." Uh, she's not a big Michael Jackson fan either. Like she's not. She's like, I just can't. I can see them not making a movie. There's no if they have the movie and don't touch on it at all. Bad
yeah,
choice of words. If they have a movie and they don't mention it at all, or they don't have it a part of it at all, it's gonna look really bad. And I don't know
yeah,
how they cover it good. But to your point, it's a great question, and I'm interested to know would they do that. I'm genuinely curious. I don't know how they can do
right.
that. How do you swing that?
I don't. I don't know.
I
I
don't know that either.
honestly don't know.
Same. I have no idea.
Um, yeah, there's even an article in the Hollywood Reporter, um, about whether there's going to be a sequel.
I
But
don't
from
know.
what I'm reading, the biopic was never intended to be a two-parter, but for the last year, under a messy cloud of reshoots and pushed release dates, the idea of splitting the film took form. The title card was relatively a last-minute addition, according to a knowledgeable insider who says it was only put in about a month ago, when the filmmakers and studios behind Michael began to realize how successful the movie could become. So it seems like they have more
I'm
of
curious.
a
I would
sequel.
love to know how they're gonna
Yeah.
do that. My last point though was Joe Jackson. We are well
Mm,
aware. If you watch the one with Flex Washington, if you watch the one, I keep saying Terrence Howard, but it wasn't Michael Jackson. He was in the movie. If you watch the other one, I can't the Jackson Family Story, whatever it's called, I can't think of the name. It's like
yeah.
the 3 part joint. We get it. Joe Jackson
Yeah.
was a shitty father. I'm not disagreeing with that. I think there's enough record for us all to know that. But the thing I think that people miss out on was a few things. First thing was, and also this is not me excusing his abuse. It's not me saying he was not. We get it. I completely understand that.
You get it. Yeah.
Michael Jackson, the years leading up to his passing, year not just one year, like annual. He had an annual event at his house every year called the Joe Jackson Day, where he would celebrate and honor his dad. And eventually, he forgave his father because he understood
Mm,
that his father came from somewhere in the South to Gary, Indiana, for a shitty fucking job to raise his family through Jim Crow
mm,
South, and he understood that that was not easy. And took a toll on him. And essentially,
yeah.
he did what he thought he had to do to get his kids to be successful. And with all
Yeah.
things, this part I'm also paraphrasing, and it's with all things,
Right.
power fucks people up, right? You went from Jim
Right.
Crow South to your son is the biggest star in the history of the world, and your ego is
Right.
crazy because he's unchecked. Like that's the unchecked ego
Right.
exists in a bunch of men. So I'm not gonna sit there and say Joe Jackson, I'm not unchecked ego.
What's going on? Your sound.
What? That's me.
Yeah,
That's
you
me
kind
fucking
of.
up.
Okay. We're running that back. I know
Um,
you was about to say something
yeah,
else.
that's me. So I think that's the point. My wish, my hope, my something was again. similar to the image things he was going through. I would have loved to have seen some of those things within Joe that he eventually
Right,
was able to move on to both. And that does not mean he can't be the villain,
right.
but you can show some level of a conversation because he kept alluding to, he kept saying in the movie, "What about my boys? And worry about the boys. Worry about my boys. Michael gonna be fine. What about the boys?"
What
And I
about
would
the
love for
boys?
me to just
Yeah,
go deeper, right? Like what's
right,
behind that? Like
right.
what eventually led you to something, man? Like I just feel like it was too surface level, and I would have enjoyed. Now again, the original movie touched on some of this stuff, so maybe they didn't want to be too redundant. But if the movie is Joe was the big bad wolf, Joe's big bad wolf, I'm like, yo, come on, son.
Yeah, that's
What
what.
is that?
That's what. And again, Carmen Domingo did a great job at like
He did.
it. It was at a point where
Facts.
I knew who was acting this Joe, but I couldn't tell it was Carmen Domingo. You know what I'm saying? Because like niggas like Nicolas Cage. If you know Nicolas Cage is in the movie, it don't really matter what it is. It's Nicolas fucking Cage in the movie. But like in this sense, Carmen
Nicolas
Domingo was so
Cage.
yeah. Like it. No, I'm not saying he was in the movie,
Oh, I'm about to say he's in
but
this movie.
when you no. But when you watch movies and it's Nicolas Cage in a movie, you don't
Mm-hmm.
see the character. You just see Nicolas fucking Cage. Like you just see his face. Oh, it's Nicolas Cage. What movie? What Nicolas Cage movie is this? You know what I'm saying? But specifically in this case, I couldn't even tell that Carmen Domingo was like Joe Jackson. I just saw Joe Jackson, despite the fact that, you know, it was somebody portraying him. But yeah, to your point, I didn't like the fact that they were just making him look like a cartoon villain.
Yeah, same.
To quote my friend Garrett Kennedy, you know what I'm saying? Like, I just didn't like necessarily like the fact that they just made him like a villain, and they try
Facts.
again. He felt like the pirate from like the fucking Peter Pan tales and shit like that. Because I know that
Facts. a
there
hundred
was a
percent.
huge connection between the literature that he was reading and the way that he had that impact on people. Like it was magical and shit like that. And that's when I started realizing, like, okay, this is more of a musical life film compared to it being an actual biopic. Because when you look at films like Ray, when you look at films like the Miles Davis film, Miles Ahead, you see the
Mhm.
darkness that comes from it. You see the realness,
I love that
and then they
movie. Don
also
Cheadle.
give you the movie. Yeah,
Yeah, I love
that
that
shit's.
movie.
I love it.
When
Yeah,
you
I love
grab it.
that
Yeah, I
movie.
love that Miles Davis
Yeah,
movie. Yeah, yeah. I wish I
yeah,
got more press.
man.
Was about to
Right.
say. I was about to say something. The Michael Jackson. What the fuck was I about to say? Shit. Damn, I
We were
don't
talking about
remember.
Joe Jackson, if that helps.
Yeah, I forgot that fast.
Which, okay, all right. Well, yeah, man.
Yeah,
I
I don't
didn't
know,
like the way
man.
that yeah. But I will say they provided more context about the victory tour. So I
That's
was
true.
like, because
That's true.
it's always been talked about. I know podcasts talked about it as well. I know that it was kind of like it was kind of like a fun fact in some cases that
Mm-hmm.
Don King wanted to get into making music and stuff like
Mm-hmm.
that. And to actually see what inspired the victory tour before that moment where Michael was like, actually, this is the last tour, and this is the last concert, last tour, grand opening, grand closing, like closing that shit out and actually moving on his own. That was pretty cool. But I do want to see the creation of Bad. I do want to
Yeah.
see how he lived in the 90s and dealing with the level of celebrity that he was dealing with. I want to see him perform at the Super Bowl and how that was created. Because remember, before Michael Jackson showed up, man, the Super Bowl was getting knocked around by In Living Color and shit. You know what I'm saying? There's
It's
like
fact.
I want to know what it was like being not necessarily being Michael, but seeing Michael Jackson in the 1990s and the 2000s after he already reached that peak and continues to be in pop culture, but not necessarily as a beloved figure, but more as a villain in some cases. Um,
How do you cover that and not cover the child stuff though? I think everything you said is true, and I would love to
True.
see that in a film.
That's
But
true.
how do you cover that and not cover the child star?
I don't know.
You can't
I
skip
don't
over.
know.
But everything
Yeah.
you said, I agree 100%. I would love to know that. What is it like being the biggest star in the world
I
with no
mean,
internet?
yeah, yeah.
With no
It's
internet.
right.
He was the biggest star in the world. It was analog.
But then when you really think about it, like eventually we're gonna find out about the other stars that we're listening to this day. Like I
For
know that
sure.
there's gonna be a Kanye West. I know there's gonna be a Kanye West film that comes out, a biopic,
Yeah,
mind you.
maybe. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Probably.
I know,
Yeah.
probably, yeah. Like
Yeah.
we know that for a lot of these superstars, there's going to be biopics that come out. If not, well, we already got documentaries, but yeah,
I was
I just,
hoping they would say like he had a mental health disorder and they would release like to let people know like something, bro. Something gotta explain.
yeah,
Explain.
because they go to him being older, and now
Yeah.
he's just like, it just didn't make sense.
Oh hell yeah. What
But it was a fun movie. I finished
it
my
was a fun
popcorn while
movie.
I was watching. You know what I'm saying?
I
Yeah.
will agree. It was a fun film. It was a fun film. Do you want to get into what you're listening to?
Yes, you go first.
Let me go first. All right. It's been awful. Isaiah Rashad has been in constant
Oh,
rotation.
yes.
I love the songs on here.
What you think about it?
And I absolutely love it. My man Otis, shout out to Otis, hit me up the other day, said, "Man, what do you think about it?" I said, "I absolutely love it." And I absolutely love several things. I love that he did not let that sex tape come out, stop him from putting out music. Fuck all them
Yep.
haters. I enjoyed that he addressed it the way he wanted to address it. I have not watched the Breakfast Club interview with him yet because I'm not watching it on Netflix.
Yeah, I
So
don't
they
fuck with
done for
Breakfast
taking
Club
off
like
of
that.
YouTube. Yeah, I wanted this, but they did an Isaiah Rashad interview that I wanted to watch.
Mm.
Every song on this album is fire in its own different way. I love Do I Look High, a Happy Hour where he used the same rhyme scheme for the
Yeah, I
joint.
fuck with Happy
I love
Hour.
Mom, MOM, Man on the Mission. I love
Yeah,
this Boy in Red. Absolutely love Isaiah Rashad album. He does
yeah,
not disappoint. I love that
yeah,
TDE takes their time until the album is right and it's sonically. I tweeted this out. I said, "Man, this album is gonna play so well live. It's gonna sound so great
yeah,
in a concert venue. I would love to see him in the summer when he go on tour, man, because this is gonna play so great." Listening to
yeah.
Isaiah Rashad, what you think about the album before I get to the rest of my list?
Man, listen, I'm still going through it, but I do like how he transformed sonically from the last project, The House is Burning.
Mm-hmm.
I like the fact that it feels a lot more mature. It
Yep.
feels like
Yep.
he's providing more perspective compared to
Mm-hmm.
what he did when The House was Burning came out. Because when The House was
Mm-hmm.
Burning came out, like it was bangers on bangers. He was talking about his life compared to the Sun's tirade. But I do like the fact that he's a lot more introspective
Hundred
for this
percent.
time around. But he
100%. He
also
had to be.
manages
He
to
had to
have
be, and he did a
bangers.
great job. Yeah.
Yeah.
Same shit.
You
Fire.
yeah.
Seven one
You ain't lying
nine
about that.
freestyle. Crazy.
Yo, I'm playing
Superpowers.
that right now.
Superpowers.
Crazy.
Superpower. Yo, every song. There's no bad song in this album. I absolutely love it.
Yeah.
Big Crit plus deluxe version of Dedicated to Catalyst was an album he put out in the fall last year. It's a couple of
Okay.
extra songs on there. Sunset Vet was the sequel, the single he put out for it. I do hope Crit, now that he got this last thing out of his whatever, I hope he starts to get back in his creative bag and just do whatever the fuck he feels like. I would love like his first album, Crit was here. I would love more stuff, like the storytelling, the compelling of it. I love when he raps about like the car stuff. I love the way the sound, love the bass. But Crit was here. Crit was rapping about how much he's a great rapper, and we need Southern rappers to bring that back. I'm listening to today. What's her name? Little Sims put out an EP with a song on there called "Game On" with JT from City
Mhm.
Girls. Fire, great
Oh
song.
shit.
Put it in
What?
your mix. Put it in your mix. I'm telling you now. Play that. It's called Game On. It's great.
Okay.
Listen to Pompeii and Utility by Earl Sweatshirt. It's a joint double album between Earl Sweatshirt and Mike and Surf Gang.
He got another one
Well,
out? God damn.
it's like a joint where it's Mike in the first part of the album, the first 15, 16 songs, and the other 16, 15 songs is Earl.
God
Produced by the
damn.
Surf Game. Listening to Do You Want More by the Roots 25th Anniversary Live. Listening to some instrumentals on the joint. What else am I listening to? Mexico Dro. Always Mexico Dro
Yes.
playing all the time. Got a new song
Yes.
called Knuckle Out. Black Keys, my favorite bands. Put
Hell
out
yeah.
Peaches, playing that. Vince Staples put out a new single called Blackberry Marmalade. I'm really excited for his album. It's a great song,
Yeah.
great video.
Yeah, I heard that
Um,
shit. That shit fire too.
I was playing Reese, How I Do,
Okay.
RES. I love that
Yeah.
album, that alternative like R&B 90. I think that would have been a big record had it been promoted a little bit differently. I think that was a wonderful album, classic album. I would love to cover it. I love every song on that. RES, her album is called How I Do.
Isn't that the song
Gangsta
that got Golden Boys on there?
Golden
Golden
Boys.
Boy.
Yes, yes, yes,
Yes.
yes,
You know,
yes.
Santiago was a part of that
Who?
album.
Was she?
Santiago,
I did not know
yeah,
that.
yeah.
Really? The
My
album came out
homegirl,
in 2001. Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
that's fire. I didn't know that.
Cause I've been listening to like actually Golden Boys have been in like rotation lately. So it's funny that you actually said that because I took some time to listen to Golden Boys and then I got into some of her other projects. But yeah, Santiago's a part of that song, and I heard through the
Mhm.
grapevine that this song is about Most Def.
Oh, that's
So
fire. Oh man, it
yeah,
probably was a great song.
yeah.
Last two, Gangsta Grills, Dedication to Lil Wayne. Sometimes you want to hear rappers rap about how good they
Rapidy
can
rap.
rap, and
Yeah.
not rappity rap because rappity rap is like boring. Wayne used to rap about how
Okay.
he's the best rapper. Wayne, Dedication to that bag, it's just confidence rap, and you need that
Okay.
sometimes. Great
Okay.
album. Last but not least is Continuum by John Mayer. Came out in, I think this is a 20-year anniversary of this album. It's one of my
Okay.
favorite albums ever. It has like Waiting on the World to Change. It has
Yeah.
Gravity, Slow Dancing in a Burning Room, Bold as Love. It's a great, it's yeah, John Mayer was in his bag, bro. So yeah, I
Okay.
absolutely love
Shit.
that album. Yes, sir. That's what I've been on, man. A little over the place. I'm all over the place. And a lot of reggae. A lot of reggae. Peter Tosh,
Okay.
uh,
As you should.
Morgan,
As you
whatever.
should.
Yeah, yeah. A lot of reggae, brother. A lot of reggae in this album.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. What you got?
Okay. Okay. All right. So I'm looking at my Spotify right now. So definitely it's been awful. Um, the Prelude by Suave. I've been blasting that lately. That came out today. They got fucking Jermaine Dupri in the first song out the break. Coop is on the project
What
as
is it?
well. Suave.
SWAVEY?
VAY.
VAY.
Suave.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm looking up. All right,
Back to
bet.
the trap freestyle. That shit hard, but Casket, bruh, blew the fucking speakers out in such a good way. It didn't really happen.
Okay.
My speakers are fine.
I'm
But
adding this
man,
right
that
now.
shit is hard. Oh my god, it's just I don't know if
Oh,
it's an
Marco Plus
EP.
on here. Yeah, I rock with Marco Plus. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah,
bruh.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I'm gonna listen to that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
And
listen to that.
Nason on there too. So I've
Yeah.
been blasting that today, honestly. Uh Direction by Al Capone. This is a old Memphis underground tape from 1995. I like it because it is definitely old school Memphis, but it has more of a West Coast vibe to it. Compared to some of the other projects that came out, 3 6, Tommy Right the Third. This one is a little bit more West Coast compared to those other projects. And it also again shows the versatility that Memphis had in the 90s, despite the fact that they all were from the South. You could tell that there were like different influences. Speaking of Memphis, the next song that I was listening to, or the other song I was listening to today, was Go by Key Glock. That shit literally
Woo!
goes.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, that shit goes crazy. That shit goes crazy. I was also listening to Let God Sort 'Em Out by the Clips.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I went back to It Was Written. Also went back to King's Disease 2. Listening to Key's new project, Epiphany, man. Just taking, man, it's always good to just go back to Key. and listen to some of his newer projects because he is like experimenting. Yet the voice that he has is still recognizable, despite the fact that he tries so many different things with his trap music. You know what I'm saying? He doesn't do one form of trap music. You know you're gonna get trap music with Key, but it's always a different form. And then because of Epiphany, man, I went back to 777. Um, which is like honestly, in my opinion, his best album. I think that's
Mm.
his best project. That
Freddie
was the one
Gibbs.
with Kenny. No. Key seven
Key,
seven
key, key,
seven.
key, key. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
sound,
yeah.
sound, sound.
The John with Kenny Beats as a
Yeah.
producer. I
Mhm.
think that's his best project. There's still
Yeah,
songs
I
from here
don't
that I
know.
play. Toronto,
Key,
goddamn,
key,
Love
key,
on
low
Ice.
key was a key role. Funny, same word, was
I
super
know.
important for the whole ATL movement that we had for the
Yeah.
past 10, 15 years. He played a major,
Yes.
big, 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 big role in that. Doesn't get a lot of
Yeah.
credit he deserved for the role that he played. But yeah, major,
I
major, major important person.
I interviewed him in the past. Yeah.
Oh damn, I
Like
didn't know
I
that.
Yeah, I interviewed him for All Hip Hop back in I think 2014. Yeah. This was like right after he was it right after he left? This was around the time that Look at Risk was popular. Cuz I know that was a big song. And then he was also on some other songs actually. But yeah, nah, like yo, Key doesn't get the respect that he deserves, but like just talking to him, bro, like that nigga is an Atlanta nigga for sure. Um But speaking of Atlanta, this guy's not from Atlanta, but he definitely makes music out of Atlanta occasionally. YG. I went back to some YG. Um, it's been a while since I actually listened to YG, especially since he's making his aesthetic is changing a little bit. It's still West Coast music, but it's a little deeper into the West Coast aspect. And then he's also, I guess, being a little bit more open about his life compared to how it was in the past. But I will say, man, like I do like the fact that he's leaning into like the natural West Coast. He's always been able to do that, but it kind of seems like he's changing his version of the sound. You know what I'm saying? It sounds different, but it's still kind of the same. So I was listening to State of Emergency. I was listening to Hollywood. Um, and then also Lovers and Friends as well, for sure.
Mm, mm.
Yeah.
Some joints over
Key
there.
Glock, the Yellow Tape,
Yeah.
Pinata, and then last but not least, it was Sade's birthday, I think the last a couple weeks
Yes, it
ago. So
was. Yes, sir.
yeah,
I
so
was playing
Diamond
it too.
Life.
I was playing
Yeah.
it too. Yes, sir. I
My
was playing it
favorite
too.
album, Diamond Life.
Man,
Yeah. Yeah.
oh my god, that's a beautiful album. I love Sade.
My
Uh,
gosh, man. I need that on
any
vinyl.
anything? Me too. Anything to promo as we wrap up?
Yeah, I'm working on a couple of things. Definitely working on that EP, you know what I'm saying? Working with Nisha on another EP. We got a name for it. We're still working out some of the concepts.
Mhm.
Um, but the beats are fire, you know. Ahmad, I sent you the beats, so you got
Yeah,
those, you
yeah,
know.
I agree with him.
Y- Oh, okay. Well, all right. Well, just shit. Well, yeah. We're working on it. We're slowly but surely churning away. But yeah, when it comes out, I'll let you know. Um, check out the SPL. That's around the corner. So if you're trying to watch me on the internet, definitely check out the Sixers Prize League. I might be in another lacrosse league, but if you want to just look at lacrosse shit, oh my god, I was dead. God damn, that was a big ass, big ass
I
loogie.
know.
I didn't know you was gonna see that. But
Ha!
if you want to find me, my name is Vance B underscore on IG and Vance64 on what's that thing? X, Twitter, whatever you call it.
Yeah, yeah,
Even
yeah.
though I don't really talk on there anymore. And also Blue Sky Vance Dash B Blue Sky. Come fuck with your boy. We're here. We
Yeah,
in this bitch.
follow all of that. I would just
Yes.
say follow Record Report on all social medias, Instagram, Facebook.
Yes.
We're not good at using social media because we got real lives and jobs. We just love the
Yes.
pod.
And we're old.
So
We're
we
old people that
old.
shake our hands at the clouds.
Yeah,
Yes.
100%. Especially me. Every day I wake up, she man. What you could do is, if you listen to this, share it with a friend. You
Yep.
can send us an email, recordreportpodcast.com, with any
Yep.
suggestions, thoughts, so on, so shut the fuck up. And thanks for listening. You made it this far into the episode, man. We really
Yes,
appreciate it.
Lord.
Every second counts. And
Yes,
we're
Lord.
trying to build a community here. So just share it out with your family and friends, man. Thank you for listening. Till next time. Peace.
Peace.